Guys, today I'm unboxing and giving you my first impressions on this. This is the AC920 action cam from a company called Victure, and it's coming right up. What's up YouTube, Dave here with Scenes Through a Lens, and thanks for stopping by the channel. If you haven't stopped by here before, please be sure to click on the subscribe button and click on that bell icon so you can be notified of new videos. So guys, yes, another low cost action cam. Well, why not? I love action cams. They're light, robust, for the best part waterproof. You can throw them in your bag, get them out, they're ready to go. And the best part of it is they've got such wide angle lenses that as long as you're kind of pointing roughly in the right direction, you're going to get the shot. So I personally own a few action cams. I've got this, the DJI Osmo Action. I love DJI products. I've got drones and a couple of other cameras, and yeah, you know what? They make some good kit. I've also got this, the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and this has been like a workhorse for me over the years. And you know what? I love it. I've also got this Hero 9 Black, which I kind of had for probably about the last 3 months, and as you can see, it's not even open yet. Lockdown, it's kind of nowhere to go, so there's been nothing prompting me to open it. But you know what? I should probably open it to make sure that it works before the warranty expires. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that out, and maybe that's my next video, I don't know. Then we kind of get to the not quite so action cam, and like I said, I've got some other DJI products and I like this. This is my little favourite really, the DJI Osmo Pocket. I know it's been superseded by another model, but you know what? This has been with me on nearly every single trip that I've done over the last 2 years. Actually, I probably haven't been anywhere in the last year, but certainly for a year of travel, maybe a bit more, I might have had it nearly 3 years, can't really remember. But anyway, love this camera. It's been with me for a long time, and I will be very sad to part with it, so I better not part with it. So, and also I've got this, which is the Insta360 One X2, which I had the 1X, and you know what? I love that camera from the future, I felt, but the 1X2 definitely brings a lot better feature and functionality. So this is a great camera. Haven't really unboxed it. I've made the video, just have edited it or put it up, and yeah, I've done some test shots with it. Again, just got to get them up there. But yeah, I love that camera also. So I kind of love all the cameras, right? What's not to love? You know, I like to take video and I like to take photographs. So yeah, cameras, right? So why not have a look at another action cam? And we will. We're going to take a look at this, the AC920 from Victure. So guys, normally if you watch my channel, you know that I generally buy my own gear, but companies do send me stuff to review, and this is a case in question. So the company Victure have sent this to me, so thank you ever so much. But as you know guys, I will always give you my honest review, whether I buy it myself or whether it's given to me. So let's get this unboxed and get into it. So guys, here we are. We've got the Victure 4K 60 frames per second action cam. So we're going to turn this on. I've already turned it on actually. Normally when you first turn this on, you're prompted to set the date, time, etc., which I've already done, date, time and language. You're greeted with a display here, which is fairly clear. I've still got the plastic on. This is a touchscreen back and it is pretty responsive. In the settings here, first of all, you've got video resolution. The default is set at 4K 30 frames per second. I've upped that to 4K 60 frames per second. You've actually got a whole number of resolutions here, starting at 720 60 frames per second, going up to 720 240 frames per second. So that's going to give you some pretty good slow motion, albeit that it's going to be at 720 resolution. You've got a number of 1080p resolutions here, up to 120 frames per second. So again, that's pretty cool in terms of slow motion capability. And you go to 2.7K at 30 frames per second, which, you know, that's all good. 4K at 30 frames per second and 4K at 60 frames per second. So yeah, take your pick. If you just want to shoot standard video, then 30 frames per second is going to be fine. If you want to shoot some slow-mo at 4K, then yes, 60 frames per second is going to be better, and it's going to give you quite a good range of slow motion capability. But if you really want very, very, very good slow motion, you're going to have to drop down to 1080p. But yeah, that's okay. So you can actually, this is called voice record, but I think it's actually turning the audio capability of the camera on and off rather than anything else. Remember, this does come with an externally connected lavalier mic, so that's pretty good, and we'll be testing out the quality of that. One of my big bugbears with action cams is the audio quality. Usually I record my audio separately, but you can't always do that, and you have to rely on the camera to record. So it'll be interesting to see the difference between the built-in onboard recording and the external microphone. The nice thing about external microphones and this type of camera is it's so small. They're usually very, very wide angles. So if you are doing a little bit of vlogging, it does give you an added benefit to have decent audio captured. So let's look at what else we've got here. We've got electronic image stabilization. That's off from standard, so I'm going to turn that on. You've also got the ability to do loop record and time lapse, as well as slow motion and fast motion movie. And you can also set up wind noise reduction if you're out and about, and you can put a date stamp on there, and auto low light as well. So there are some other settings there. So interesting, at 4K 30 frames per second, some of these options aren't available to me. So I can't set time-lapse duration, and I can't set slow motion either. So that's obviously a characteristic of the frame rate, because if I go back to the video resolution, set that 60K, then of course I can do slow motion video and fast motion movie because of the frame rate. A couple of other things in here that could be good is wind noise reduction, and that's turned off from default. So if you're out and about, if you're actually in a noisy environment, windy, whatever, you're going to be able to essentially cut down the wind noise. So that's all good. And you can put also low light on, which if you're filming in low light, then yeah, that's going to be handy. Generally action cams are used outside, so possibly no need for that, but we'll check it out anyway. And you can put a date stamp on there, so that's pretty nice also. So they're really the settings. There's a couple of buttons on the side here, which the top one allows you to hook this up to Wi-Fi, so this is now in Wi-Fi pairing mode, and the bottom one puts the camera into mute. As I said, this is a touch screen, so you know, I've just swiped up now. You've got normal video, seamless video, time-lapse video, slow motion, fast motion. So all of the things that were in the menu are now in a different kind of menu arrangement. So that's pretty good. If I swipe from left to right, I go into photo mode, and this is shooting at 20 megapixels for still photo shots. Going into settings here, I get the ability to choose my amount of megapixels from 5 up to 20. Power frequency, So depending on where you are in the world, I'm 50 Hertz I think, so that's good enough for me. Sounds, well, shutter sounds, beep sounds, boot up sounds, volume is set at 2, so yeah, the usual kind of stuff. Microphone, this gives me the ability to select the internal versus that external microphone that we talked about. We can change things like white balance, we can also put some effects in, so we could do normal, we've got black and white, and we've got natural, negative, warm, and we've got some brightness control. So yeah, let's see how that looks when we come to actually test this. And then there's just a bunch of other housekeeping type features. So swiping up on the camera setting gives us the ability to do single shots, burst shots, or P time-lapse shots. We can set a countdown timer, and we can do long exposure, which is pretty good for taking night shots. And again, we've got this Wi-Fi control here as well. Also down at the bottom we've got playback, so there's nothing to play back. So I've just taken a quick photograph of a camera, got a little gallery, and there it is. I've got the protective coating on here, so the screen might look a bit matte, I suppose is the best way, but yeah, I mean, that's not bad. I actually took that in black and white because I'm still on the black and white settings, so let's put that back into colour. Effects, normal. Let's take that again. Let's take a look at it. And there you have it. Not bad. Of course, it'd be good to see what it's like on a proper computer screen. Also, your buttons on the side let you select between whatever picture, but you know, you got the touch screen, so that's all good. So guys, also the nice thing about this camera is you kind of get this remote control with it, and yeah, this allows you to take photos. If I push that, if I can give you something to take a shot of, if I push this, the camera button, that's taken a photograph, or this button here is the video button, and again, that's taking video now, so I can move along, stop it there. So that's pretty good. So guys, another nice thing about this camera is the accompanying mobile phone app. So I've connected this to Wi-Fi. If you remember, it has a Wi-Fi option on it, and it says it's connected to my phone. So if I open the app, it's called iSmart DV, and you can download that from the App Store or Google Play. If I connect to the camera, as you can see, it's connected. So here I can see all of my photos that I've taken. I can see the videos that I've taken, which are the videos when I've just been testing this device. And it shows me here that I'm at 4K 60, and I can choose video resolutions. I can see my white balance and my battery levels. And I can see a bunch of other interesting information. And I can move to camera and take a still shot from there. So that's all good. I can set a timer if I want to. I can set how many megapixels I want to shoot at. I can also switch to time-lapse mode here and shoot a time-lapse. So I think the thing to do is to get this out. Let's take some shots, let's take some video, and let's see how this thing performs.
So guys, I'm about 3 feet away from the camera, and this is the audio straight out of the camera. I'm walking closer and closer and closer, and this is the audio, what it sounds like when I'm standing right next to the camera. So let's see what it's like once I connect the external microphone. So this is the external microphone connected to me, and I think for a fair test, let's have a little go and see. Okay, so we're probably travelling about 10 miles an hour. It's pretty windy in my ears. So guys, about 3 feet away from the camera now, and I'm using the internal onboard microphone to record this audio, so it'll be interesting to see what that sounds like. And I'm just going to walk closer to the camera, so I'm right by the camera now, so let's see how that is. I'm now connected to the external microphone, so it'll be interesting to see how much better that is. I've got wind reduction turned on, so hopefully that's going to be pretty good. Let's just jump on here, create some wind, and see how that sounds. It's quite a lot of wind now, and I wonder if you can hear me over the wind sound. But it'll be interesting to see how well this microphone performs.
So guys, there you have it. The first thing you notice about this camera is it's really light, very light. Couple of plus points. Love the fact that there's a tripod mount built straight onto the camera. You know, with a lot of these action cams, they've kind of got to sit into cradles, and that can be a bit of a pain. The Hero 9 Black doesn't. It's got like a pop-out cradle thing, but other than that, it's quite nice to be able to mount this straight onto a tripod or some other tripod type mount. Also, you've got a micro SD card slot, and you've got micro USB cable to plug in to charge. It comes with 2 batteries, which is pretty good. I will say, you've got to be careful about this little door because it just comes straight off. So if you're changing a battery out in the wilds, just be mindful of that. But all in all, you know, it's built pretty well. I think the screen on the back is really responsive. I've still got the plastic on it, but it is really responsive. And you know, yeah, I think the build quality is just fine. It is also waterproof to 40 meters, but that relies on you putting it into this contraption, which is an all too common thing to see, standard GoPro type mounts on the bottom. But yeah, waterproof to 40 meters, so that's not bad. There is also a nice touch here. There's a strap that you can put around this, but this is actually a remote control. You've got the video button on the top and the camera button on the bottom, so you can start the video or you can start the camera, and you can wear that on a little strap around your wrist should you want to do that, which is a nice touch. As you saw from the demo, you can also pair up your mobile phone via Wi-Fi. You download the iSmart DV app, you've got full control over your camera with your phone. I did find that the playback and stuff like that and taking still shots worked fine, but the app was a little bit flaky with video, like actually starting a video recording, and that meant that I had to take the battery out in order to power the camera down and reset it and, you know, do it again. So a little bit flaky, but I'm sure that's just a software glitch that will be easily fixed. And guys, let's not forget about all the accessories that ship with this. This camera is probably around 100-ish pounds UK, maybe 120 US dollars, compared to a GoPro, which is like 400 pounds in the UK, and you don't get much with the GoPro other than the camera, and it's in a case these days. There might be a couple of bits rattling about in here, but this thing you're getting like about, I don't know, 15 different sort of accessories, mounts, clips, straps, whatever. You know, you've got the remote control, you've got the external microphone, which you know, is a handy touch. Most of the time with a GoPro, you've got to pay for an adapter and then get your own microphone and, you know, whatever. So yeah, you know, there's a ton of accessories that ship with this camera. Plus, you also get 2 batteries, which again, every other action cam you get one battery and you've got to go and buy your extra batteries. So I don't really know about battery life yet. I've used this just for a little bit, just for some initial testing, because this is just a first impressions video. There's actually a ton of things going on in this camera which you can test out, which I will make a follow-up video on. But if I was to summarize this camera, I would say in the comparison video I did between the Hero 7 Black and this AC920, the colors and the clarity at 4K 60 frames actually looked better than the Hero 7 Black, which was at 4K and 50 frames. The color and clarity I thought looked better. Stabilization I thought was better on the GoPro than it was, particularly when walking, than it was on the AC920. But actually, when I was out on the scooter, it wasn't that bad. So I thought the stabilization was actually okay. Not quite as good as the GoPro, but it was pretty good all the same. I think with the audio, there was a lot of noise. There was a lot of wind noise. No getting away from that, whether you shot with the internal microphone built in or this external kind of lavalier type microphone. The wind noise was significant. In quieter areas, I felt that it wasn't so bad, but actually on the move, on the scooter, it was very, very noticeable. Now, the wind reduction on seemed to cut the volume down by about 50% with both microphones, but like I said, actually not moving, the external microphone was a bit louder and it was a bit clearer, so it definitely makes a difference. But you know, you got to weigh up how much, you know, wind noise you're going to encounter. If you're actually on a bike or a scooter or something like that, it's going to be significant. Other scenarios, not sure yet, gonna have to test those. But guys, you know what, for the money, I think it's good and I think it's worth it. If you just want a low cost action cam, throw in your bag, get out for every eventuality, strap to your helmet, you know, strap to your bike helmet, wear it on your chest, wear it on your wrist, clip it to the handlebars of your bike, whatever, you know what? Yeah, it's a good buy. I think it's a good buy. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments section below. You've seen the footage, you've seen the comparison, you've heard the audio, etc, etc. Let me know what you think of this, the AC920 action cam from Victure. So guys, that's it. That's my unboxing and my first impressions. I will be back with a follow-up. If you've got any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments section below. Thanks ever so much for watching, and thank you to Victure for sending me this camera to review. Guys, I'm Dave with Seeing Through a Lens. Please like, please subscribe, and please click on the bell icon so you can be notified of new videos. I will at some point get all of these cameras together and do one big massive comparison, and I think it's going to be interesting. So guys, I'm Dave with Seeing Through a Lens. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you the next time. Bye for now.